Abuja to partner BSES Institute of Journalism on training of members. Protesting women burn down house of district head over alleged complicity in Plateau's killings. U.S. President Biden kicks off campaign for re-election. The Ekiti State Governor, Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji, has called on the new chairman and vice chairman to take the issue of security serious. Oyebanji also advised them to embark on projects that have direct impact on the people. He appealed to the council chairman to improve on the IGR and be fair to every community in the area of appointments as well as project execution. And determined to increase the internally generated revenue IGR base and avoid total dependence on the federal allocation, the Ekiti State government has declared its readiness to begin the collection of land use charges from property owners across the state. Governor Abiodun Oyebanji gave the information during an engagement with the various stakeholders at the Oshutoko Pavilion, Government House at Ekiti. Toba Babalola completes the story.
Governor Oyebanji explains that the land use charge, which was signed into law in 2013, was a progressive tax mechanism to improve the internal revenue base of the state, which has now moved from 600 million naira to over 1 billion naira. The governor promised to lead by example on the payment of the land use charge, urging officials of the State Internal Revenue Service to brace up for the tax ahead. According to Governor Oyebanji, the charges will be shared between the states and local councils, as government will focus more on the development of various local council headquarters next year.
There's a limit to the resources available to us as a government, and that is why I'm pleading with all of us. The land use charge is a 2013 law. A law abandoned. The government have not been able to implement it. The one thing I can assure Ekiti people is we are going to be transparent in the management of this fund. Both the local government, the LCDA, and the states, we have a share of what is collected from the local government. So local government, we have more money to work.
He revealed that churches, palaces and schools are exempted from the charges. Governor Oyebanji told the incoming council chairman to change the narratives of executing petty projects but embark on mega projects that relate with those in urban centers. The chairman, Ekiti State Internal Revenue Service, Mr. Laniro Adetono, said the enumeration of houses, assessments, billing and payments of the property charge would soon commence and sought the support of relevant stakeholders to make it realizable. The Director General with Management Authority in his presentation said the new strategies would be evolved towards making the state safer, cleaner and devoid of epidemics. The Director General Community Communications, Mrs. Mary Osho, had earlier explained that the program was organized to appraise the remarkable impacts of Governor Oyebanji across the state in 2023, having pledged inclusive community participations to enhance grassroots development.
I'm here today because we have a governor who understands grassroots democracy and grassroots governance. We have a governor who recognizes the fact that the people are the source of power upon which every government rests.
Some of those that had benefited from the Oyebanji administration, Bukola Adeleye, Mr. Arowoshua, Wala, David Scott, were present to attest to the impacts of the governor on them.
He made my dream come true. I'm now an employer of labor.
Toba Babalola reporting.
The President's League of Imams and Alpha Southwest Edo and Delta States, Sheikh Jamiu Kewuleri, urged Muslim faithful not to relent in their prayers for the peace and prosperity of the country. The Islamic leader who made the plea at the first Juma service of the year held at the Central Mosque in Ado sought more prayers for the turnaround of the nation's economy. Sheikh Kewuleri advised Muslims to abide by the Islamic teachings and practice of Prophet Muhammad as enshrined in the holy books. Also at the Ahmadiyya Central Mosque in Ado, Alhaji Mutiu Anyila called on Muslims to live above board at all times. The Islamic cleric also appealed to leaders to always prioritize the welfare of the followers. The Nigerian Union of Journalists, Ekiti State Council, has promised to partner the Institute of Journalism of the Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State, BSES, on the training and retraining of its members. The chairman, Mr. Kayode Babatuye, made the promise when he led other members of the State Executive Council on a courtesy call to the BSS General Manager, Mr. Olurotimi Popola, at Lokun Ado Ekiti. Damilola Odunlade was there.
Mr. Babatuyi, who highlighted some of his programs to include Merit Award for Journalists, infrastructure development, training and retraining of members, emphasized the need to project the activities and image of the union for better recognition. The NUG chairman called for the regular payment of check of dues by members and advocated more participation at the congresses.
We need your guidance. So by virtue of that, and because our union is that we want to bring in this idea of award for journalists.
General Manager BSES, Mr. Olurotimi Popola, promised the support of the station to the union. He said that the corporation will continue to uphold the ethics of the profession through its Institute of Journalism and in-house training.
To make a success of your assignment, come to us, all of us, to make sure that the activities of your union do not suffer. So what we do is this. Director, anytime any one of them is having to attend NUG activities, get somebody to replace them immediately.
The team also visited the General Manager Fresh FM, Mr. Jide Ogunluyi, who pledged his total cooperation for the union and said that his office will continue in the area of training and retraining of journalists in the state.
Gentlemen, you are home. Thank you, sir. As for the sponsorship, please count me in.
Damilola Odunlade reporting.
The Lagos State government says that the third mainland bridge will be closed for repair from January 9. According to the State Commissioner for Transportation, Mr. Oluwaseun Osiyemi, the closure was to allow the repair works of the Federal Ministry of Works to continue on some sections of the bridge. He said the Iyano Oroshoki Adeniji Adele section will be closed for effective repairs of the entire section of the bridge. An arrangement had been made to ease the burden of commuters. The bridge, which was closed to traffic in November 2023, was reopened on December 21 to ease traffic during the U-turn. The Independent National Electoral Commission in Lagos State says it has published the Surulere Federal Constituency 1 by-election notice as required by law. The INEC Public Affairs Officer in the state, Adenike Ariwo Irowo, noted that the notice had been pasted at the Commission Surulere Local Government Area Office. INEC has fixed February for the conduct of rerun and by-elections in 9 states, including Surulere Federal Constituency in Lagos State. The Surulere seat became vacant as a result of the resignation of the former occupant, Mr. Femi Gbajabiamila. In the meantime, Governor of Plateau State, Caleb Mutwang, has said the Court of Appeal was unfair to him in nullifying his election. Caleb said he was not given a fair hearing by the appellate court, despite that he presented 8 points to the court to prove the validity of his election. He explained that the dismissal of the issues he raised by the Court of Appeal was against the directive of the Supreme Court. He had pleaded with the Supreme Court to declare him the validly elected governor of the state. The hearing of his brief by the Supreme Court is slated for January 9. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma has approved the constitution of a 44-member steering committee that will see to his successful second-term inauguration and swearing in ceremonies built for January 15. The committee is headed by Senator Chris Nwanyao, with a secretary to the government, Chief Cosmos Iwu, as co-chairman. Oyo State government says that violators of environmental laws are to pay 110,000 naira to government coffers as fines or serve a month of community service. The Commissioner for Environment and Natural Resources, Abdul Majid Mogbojubola gave the information in Ibadan. He said that the Environmental Task Force will be henceforth embarked on weekly exercise, adding that the fine will be fully enforced. About 33 inmates from various Nigerian correctional centers in Oyo State have been granted clemency. 10 of the inmates who were released from custodial centers, while 4 individuals who were on death row have had their sentences commuted to life imprisonment. Also, 15 inmates had their sentences reduced, and 4 others were granted conditional release under a clemency order signed by Governor Seyi Makinde. This is the broadcasting service of Ekiti State.
Let's do it again. The Broadcasting Service of Ekiti State, the BACS, is using this opportunity to call on football coaches and other stakeholders to register their teams ahead of the BACS Kiddies Football Tournament Season 4. Oh yes, the BACS Kiddies Football Tournament serves as an avenue for young players under the age of 13 to showcase their God-given talents. Come, let's join the moving train of Governor Biodo Yebanji as he takes sport to the next level in grand style. The BACS Kiddies Football Tournament Season 4 will be bigger and better. For more enquiries, please call the GSM numbers 080-6305-8822 or 080-60-33-6822, 080-6305-8822 or 080-60-33-6822. Announcer, the organizing committee.
You're welcome back. For news, information, and comments, send to bcsnewsroom@gmail.com. Some women who were protesting the recent Boko Haram attacks in the communities of Boko's local government area of Plateau State have burnt down the house of the district head of the town, Michael Adanchi. Report says that the women burnt down the house following the arrest of some members of the community for their alleged involvement in the recent killings in the area. On the foreign scene, the former president of Sierra Leone, Ernest Konoma, will appear in court on January 17 for his alleged involvement in a failed coup attempt. He was charged before a magistrate court with treason and 2 counts of harboring suspect. Konoma was granted bail by the High Court following an application for bail after the charges was put to him. And still on the foreign news, U.S. President Joe Biden has begun his campaign with a major speech warning that democracy is at risk from ex-President Donald Trump 3 years after the deadly January 6 U.S. Capitol attack. The 81-year-old said that the threat Trump posed in 2020 to American democracy will not be forgotten in a hurry. And to sports. The FIFA Under-17 World Cup winning captain Nduka Ugbade has charged Victor Osimhen to emulate the late Rashidi Yekini, who led the country to glory in 1994 as an African Footballer of the Year. Ugbade said that Osimhen will be a great revelation in the upcoming National Cup. He noted that the Super Eagles had a rich pedigree to lift the trophy for the 4th time. And South African female referee Okoma Makalima is on the verge of making history as the first woman referee to officiate in the African Cup of Nations coming in Cote d'Ivoire next Saturday. In the history of the competition, a female referee has never officiated a game as a central referee. The 35-year-old has been listed as FIFA International Referee since 2014. And still on sports, the English FA Cup third round continues tonight with Brentford taking on Wolves. Tottenham Hotspur will face Burnley. Tomorrow, Chelsea will host Preston North End, while Stoke City will meet Brighton. Sunderland will tackle Newcastle United. Middlesbrough will file out against Aston Villa. On Sunday, Arsenal will clash with Liverpool in a tight game, while Manchester City